You are now tuned in to the CT Live Show with DJ Casanova and Teddy Lee, bringing you the best interviews and conversations with independent business owners and music artists.
What up, y'all? Welcome to the CT podcast. We're going to start this off,
What
ladies
up,
and gentlemen.
What up?
What up?
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start this off. When I'm going to say it, I'm initially saying it that she is the queen of Austin hip hop. If you don't believe me, ask somebody. She's never been scared to battle anybody. She's always dropping crazy lyrics, and she hang with the best of the fellas from day one. So I'd like to welcome to the CT podcast, Miss Dank, Miss Coolie Girl #1. What up, Erica?
What's happening? What's happening?
What's happening, baby girl?
Hey, Teddy.
Hey, baby. You know what, Cad? Let me tell you something, man. When I found out Dank was gonna be on the show, I just had to kind of look at all her accolades that she's been doing, man. I wrote down a couple of things, man. So if you don't mind, I gotta spend probably I could spend the first 30 minutes telling you about everything she's achieved, but I ain't going to do that to the public.
All right.
So I'm only going to spit out just a little handful of things that I got on paper with her. Miss Dank, Erica Sodi, she is a mother of 3, did it all on her own, got it out the mud, raised them kids to young adults. She's a real estate professional, owner and CEO of multiple businesses. I mean, multiple. Most of us have a hard time trying to do one thing. This woman is doing it all. Multiple businesses, raised the kids on her own. She's an entrepreneur. She still finds the time to reach back and help the youth out there and try to mold them into what they should want to be, since she's already experienced it. She's went through trials and tribulations growing up. She's, like I say, made it out the mud, did it on her own. I mean, I got to give you kudos and clap myself. I mean, I'm just proud to know you, little mama.
All right.
Thank you.
I like that, but you see where he went to the end. I'm going to take you back to the beginning. We're going to get in depth and juicy and let people that don't know of you find out about you. So we're going to go back to my first thing I want to know is, what was the first song you ever recorded, and how old were you?
Oh my goodness. Now you taking me back to the only thing I can really remember as far as the first song, to be honest, because it was with Bruce Latson and the FS Connection crew. And I just remember at that time we did a PSA, or like a commercial for KZI FM radio station, 88.7. And that was the first time we heard our voices on the radio. I think we had an upcoming show with you guys at the Austin Opera House. So they had us do a commercial in studio when Tony Holloway was beat.
I'm gonna take you back because before you did shows with us, you were working with JPHD. That's how I got to meet you.
No, before PhD, it was Bruce Latson and the FS Connection crew. Okay, so let me take you to the Austin Opera House.
Okay.
If you remember, you was DJing, y'all had turntables. It was DJ Thriller, Simply Mac, and it was all of y'all, right? Well, when we came out, we had the Gap Band with us. Y'all don't remember that? But it was Bruce Latson. But that was our joke. Like, okay, wait, we got to step our game up, because we got tambourines and keyboards and somebody on guitar. Baby, that song was about 15 minutes long, okay?
You was doing it before him, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look, I remember seeing y'all off to the side of the stage and looking over there at y'all, and like all the male rappers was looking at us like, what the hell is going on out there? But hey, we did what we came to do. What?
Okay, so I missed that step. When did you transition to JPhD with somebody actually producing music for you?
Okay. Actually, we recorded with Winky D after that. And
Okay,
then it's we met JPhD, John
okay,
Patterson.
okay,
So
okay.
we were looking for, our own producer. He was DJing out there at different spots. He's older than us, so I don't know the spots. I was too young to go or whatever. But yeah, then Kirk and them linked up with him somehow and brought him in, and he is the first actual producer
Uh-huh.
that we recorded with. I'm not sure if you had came in yet, but I
I
want to say not yet, but right on the cusp of that.
I
Yeah.
came in with John and was doing some turntable stuff, but I wasn't
Okay.
producing for you yet. Then later on, I started getting involved in production with you.
Yeah. I
So
remember us recording Dope Beat Dropping. What
Yes.
is it?
Before you jump in, Teddy, one more quick question.
yeah.
What do you feel
Okay.
was your best show you ever performed, and where was it?
Oh no, I can't answer that because I
That
think it
many?
was many.
Yeah,
That
but
many.
there's
Yeah.
always
Because
there's
I
always
always
one that stand out where you say we tore it down, that no one could say nothing.
okay. But then I'd have to say at Liberty Lunch. And that
Home
was during a
stage.
time where we were, yeah, at Liberty Lunch in Austin. We opened a show. I think we performed with Public Enemy. I'm sorry, Professor Greer, Flavor Flav, all them. We did a few
I
shows
remember
there
that
with
show.
them.
I remember that show.
I would say that would be one of the best because we had crossed over to the west side of I-35, but the crowd was the energy on that side was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like our
Uh-huh.
folks was down with us, but it was a lot, we too cool for school. You know what I mean? But people still got into us on the east side. But when we got to the west side and it's Public Enemy and acts like that, oh man, they went crazy. They loved us over there. It was some other
So
folks mixed
that the
in
other
with,
folks you saw was like, oh,
yeah,
we
but that
going.
brought that energy, yeah. So we was
All
able
right.
to, hit our peak when it comes to performing and exerting, giving that energy right back. But it was
I
in that moment I learned that we bring the energy too. You know what I mean? Not
I,
waiting on the audience. So
I understand that because Liberty Lunch to me was our home stage, and we had the same feel and the same kind of different crowds, and
Yep.
yeah, it
and they
was
accepted
packed. Like
whatever we were doing. Yeah.
Liberty
yeah,
Liberty Lunch and Catfish Station.
yeah,
that was
yeah,
our home turf. That was our home turf.
yeah.
Um,
I got to go ahead.
I want to jump in, Erica, and ask you because I kind of came to the party late because I'm from San Antonio. So when I moved to Austin,
Mhm.
Kaz was in another group at the time, and I joined forces with another DJ. When exactly did you start rapping?
Oh, I was 11 years old. I think I was like 10 or 11 in fifth grade. That's when I first started writing rhymes. But it wasn't until I got to junior high school that I let people know that I could rhyme. Other than that, it was just in the backyard or around my neighborhood and building those skills, listening to the KZI radio, because it's basically the only place you could get it from unless you were watching Jam City,
Okay.
every weekend. And so I would just record, put my little tape in and record the shows from KZI and get into the artists that were on there, like UTFO, Houdini, and Sugar Hill Gang, stuff like that. So it was about, I would say, 3 years before I busted out in a battle rap on the back of the late bus after the basketball game at Pierce Junior High.
So
I was
so when you
what?
when you really got heavily involved in the rap scene in Austin, was 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 Project Crew already formed at that time,
Yeah,
or was
yeah.
Kaz with somebody else?
No, I don't remember Cass with anybody else. The first time I ever
Okay, okay,
was on
okay,
all of y'all were together.
okay.
Walking.
So okay,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah,
So that means that had to be after 86 then.
yeah.
When that happened then, because I'll be honest with you, and us doing our little thing, and I'm looking at everybody out there, And of course, you know, rappers, you know, part of the thing that makes us great, I feel, is that we all have egos, and
Oh yeah.
we're out to prove that we belong. And of
Right.
course, you know, I was no different. I felt the same way. But I remember, I can't remember where, but I remember seeing you on stage one time. And this is really before I really knew you. And I was
Okay.
just like, hold up, man. I mean,
Oh,
I'm like, I can't battle no woman, but God, she got it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I'm like, hold up, man. I mean, we got to find out who this is. You know what I'm saying? Because
well,
she
I
need
knew
to
who
be,
y'all were. I knew who
huh?
y'all were. I'm sorry. I knew who y'all were before you knew who I was. So that
See, and
was
I
part
think that's what it was, you know. I think that's what it was because when I joined the
Uh-huh.
group, Kaz and Clay was already a group. They were already a group, and I
of
kind of got added into it, you know. So,
okay.
you know, and me exploring and finding out what the scene was around here, coming from San Antonio, there was only like two, maybe three cats that I looked at and been like, "Whoa, hold on, this ain't as easy as I thought it was gonna be." You know,
Right,
these
right.
cats is for real,
Bring
and
it.
you was one of them, even at that young age, and that's why I just migrated towards you. And I was like, "This is my little sister right here." I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
whatever she need, I'm here for. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But come to find out, you didn't need no help whatsoever. You
we gonna
handled everybody that came your way.
we gonna
I
we're
appreciate
gonna we're gonna
that.
skip
Wow.
from Coolie Girl number one, and I want to know when did you transition and change your name to Miss Dank and why?
Um, well, because I felt like we had Coolie Girls and Coolie Nation had run its course by
Okay.
1991, at least for me. By that time, me being mostly the one that did the writing
Uh-huh.
and arranged songs and stuff like that, it just wasn't there for me. I still had the drive, but then other artists started having children. I
Uh-huh.
wasn't having kids, so it
And
just felt like everybody was going in a different direction, and I didn't want to continue that direction that we were in. Something needed to change. I needed
and
to be my authentic.
and I'm proud to say that's when I started fully producing you, I believe, because that's when we did
Yes.
that first
Yeah.
cassette, Miss Dank, and we
Well, it
went.
was called Dank,
Yeah, and
title.
I took some of your songs to the new music seminar with me and put it in the panel for the listening session. You, uh, and a couple other groups, and I'm proud to say every time they played one of my songs, yours came up, one to roll a blunt to, and everybody was like, "Who produced that?" I'm like,
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I
"Me."
remember that.
Who was
Yeah.
that?
yeah.
Young lady by the name of Dank. They're like, "That's a girl spitting like that." Yeah,
Wow,
and
that was a
and
good
that
record.
happened with all the entries I put in. So they were looking at like, where are you from? Live in
Right.
Austin, Texas? Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Crew Quan from Stetson Sonic was one of the guys on that panel. And later on he was in the Grave Diggers. And he came to my house
Uh-huh.
when they were doing the Grave Digger stuff and we're in there talking, chopping up. I said, you remember that panel at New Music Seminar? He's like, no, it was not New Music. I'm sorry, Jack the Rapper. That's when Jack the Rapper was in
Oh,
Orlando. And he's
In
like,
Atlanta.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's like, yeah, I remember. I said, you remember those three songs that girl that's rapping? I said, yeah, you remember me now? He's like, that was you? He's like, yeah. I was like, so full circle. He's like, you
you
still
didn't
doing stuff
tell
with
me
her?
that.
Ah, everybody's feeling you from day one. Even tell me, all right, here's an
Oh
experience.
man.
How was your experience
Great.
in New York? Because you got pictures, you guys were running up to everybody. Are you famous? Who are
You
you?
always
Take a
say
picture with me.
that. What
What
you mean? We straight out of Austin, Texas. Hell
what was
yeah. I don't care nothing about being no coolie girl. That's what's the name, and there go Ice T, and you know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. There go Dougie Fresh. What?
What was your experience with
We've
ripping that
met.
stage? What was your experience with ripping that ASCAP stage in New
Oh,
York?
uh, yeah. Shout out to Kier Worthy too on that. And ASCAP. Oh man, that was crazy for me. I always tried to stay grounded though. And I think meeting major artists that came through Austin before that we were able to open for and meet us. That took the edge off as far as us really being like starstruck, right? So we was cutting up, but and
When it
honestly,
got
I
to,
know how to bring it.
when it get down to stage time, it was all about business. After you got off the stage, that was a different
Yeah,
story.
yeah,
But once you
yeah,
hit the
yeah.
stage,
There you go. So
it's business.
on the stage, it was a little different because it wasn't the club atmosphere I was used to. So for me, it's like, okay, now you still got to push through. You do this anywhere. And do y'all remember when we did the cipher after we performed and Melly
Uh-huh.
Mill, DJ Red Alert was there, and
Everybody was
for
there.
Melly Mill to pass me the mic, and we were all,
I saw
going
your
trading
face.
rhymes and shit. Man, when he passed me the mic though, that I broke character for real. I'm like, oh, this is a moment. You saw my face.
I
You
saw your
remember?
face.
It was
I
a
remember the
moment for
look.
me. Like, damn, I've arrived. Oh shit, Excuse me, because on you,
It's all
hard
right.
ass,
It's all right.
but
Yeah, we good. We
We
good.
good.
it
We
comes
good.
out. Thank you. Yeah, no, that was amazing. I have nothing to compare it to be honest with you. I've done some amazing things after that, but I still have nothing to compare it to. And probably just because I was so young, I was 16 then, it was 1990. And just, I was still with my girls. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
everybody was there. Well, more acts from Austin was with us, so yeah, I was some good big brothers. I mean, it was just everything for us all to experience that together was just top of the line. I'll never forget it. So to
It,
have those pictures today,
Man,
it's
that's
a
man, it's
awesome.
blessing.
nostalgia.
And I must
That
say,
Yeah,
you
for
you
that's awesome.
developed into a real artist after, I think, after we came back from New York. You went into a whole different
really.
realm as far as your artistry, because I guess you saw everyone else and how real it was, and how, hey,
Yeah.
I'm right there just as good as everyone else I've been meeting. And so that, to
Well,
me, when
yeah.
you came back to Austin, you started stepping up your writing, and just you found yourself, to me, in the direction you
Oh
wanted to
wow.
go in. So
Well, I was definitely looking to find myself. I think that just like first seeing you guys, Project Crew, and hearing first time I heard Army Man was on KCI radio. So we heard the music before we ever saw y'all. So for you guys to happen to walk in that club the night that we was there, and then the DJ playing y'all music, and then y'all come in, the crowd surround y'all, I never forget it. And everybody knew the lyrics to the song. So for me, um, I've always looked at artists that I admired and strive to be then just on their level or achieve greater than their
exactly.
level. Like I gotta be able to earn. For me, I needed to earn my spot, and I didn't have a problem with that. I wanted you guys to know I deserve to be here, and you can't tell me no. Like it's no way. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
You're gonna be like, yeah, just give me that mic, and we're gonna be all right in a minute. I'll pass up. Okay, keep playing with me. And
Well, we
since I
weren't
was
stupid
treated
either.
like,
We weren't stupid either. That's
well, I
why you think you became a little sister. You keep them close. That way
Yeah,
we don't try to.
we kept you tight. I don't even think you know.
How tight you were.
I think one day I heard you had a song. What was the name of the song where you said to
Uh-oh.
cow, make that nigga bail?
It
You said that in a song, and
said,
that stuck with me
cow.
and stuck with me and stuck with me. And Kaz, we went into the studio, we went into the lab, and I said, Kaz, we about to jack
Sample. He
Erica.
said, I want to sample what she said when
I
she
said,
said,
I don't
cacao,
even
make
know if
that
you
nigga
know that. Do you
bell.
know we did a song with that in them?
no,
Hey,
Man,
no.
I'm gonna
that
let you
line.
hear it one day. We did a song and you are in the brink. Cacao, make that
And,
nigga bell.
oh, oh,
Oh my
I
God. I
think
went to town on your sample.
what?
Oh my
Now,
God. I can't believe you never heard that song we did. Absolutely.
no,
But
I don't remember.
man, I gotta ask you this question though.
Okay.
Because there was so many of us back then coming up in the rap scene.
Mm-hmm.
Who did you want to work with and do a song that you never got an opportunity to do it with? Group or individual, don't matter. Here locally in the ATX.
Oh, now you asking me another question that's hard for me to answer because I wanted to touch everybody, especially my peers at that time, Project Crew, Simply Mac and Kingpin and Dre. But it just seemed like we could get in the studio, but it was always this thing to where we could never get it on record, you know. And it
Right,
wasn't a lot of collabs going on back then like that. People
No,
basically stuck with their own group. And the feature thing didn't come along till later on, you know, some
that's
years
true.
later. Um, yeah, so it wasn't even a real thought, but to share the stage was the goal.
I
You know what I
actually
mean? To
saw.
be just
No,
as
go
good a
ahead.
performance.
I actually
No,
saw
yeah, that's
another
it.
interview with somebody that said back then, somebody asked him the same thing about how come they never did features, and he said it was still a competition. We were friends, but it was still a
Yeah,
competition, and every group had their own people, so we could hang out with everybody else, but we weren't doing songs with everybody else because we wanted our
right,
group to be better than them, no matter whether they're friends
right.
or not. It's still a competition.
right.
So
Yeah, it was that. So it was training ground. It was training ground.
exactly.
It was good ground. If I could say back then who I really admired, if I could say about a female, it would have been when I met MC Silky. She was with Renegade Posse. They were working with DJ Winky D. And that's just because she was the only other harder female, even though she was older than me. I just like, dang, she eating, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And so I would have loved to collab with her if, you know, we're gonna mention a female artist. It wasn't many, but
Yeah.
one that I thought we could complement each other, you know, well.
And
So yeah,
you know what? We all the shows we did in Houston, we could have took advantage and did a lot of features with a lot of artists that we did shows with, but we were just there.
right.
Okay, we're from Austin. We're gonna tear this down and let them know what's up. And we were cool with them after the show,
Yeah.
but it never was, hey, let's do a song together. It was
Let's get
just we're gonna
together.
put our stamp
Right.
on this so they know who we are.
It just
Exactly.
it just seems like, us being in Central Texas, we was always having to prove ourselves because, it's like being in Texas, like if you wasn't from Houston and you wasn't doing a
Right.
certain type of music, you didn't exist. And here we are in Austin,
Mhm. The
a
capital.
college town, and we just didn't get the same respect. So, we had to grind a little bit harder. We was always trying to prove things. So I can understand, why a lot of us didn't go out and do features with other people and especially, other groups from out of the area because we were just always trying to prove ourselves.
Well, for
But
me,
I
it's a
mean,
blessing
they
in
slept on us and now they realizing, the whole music scene goes through Austin.
right, absolutely. And for me, it's a double-edged sword because at the end of the day, it left us to be able to be who we were as artists. You were able to explore, switch up if you needed to. If y'all remember, I had several names before I was Dank. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it was like that whole African era came through, and it was like, okay, Sister Bashara, I was J Rock, I was Cookie Q, you know. So Dank was more me when I, got older and found myself like Cass was speaking on when I finally found out the artist I wanted to be. And it was a lot in here. I wanted to speak my truth. I didn't want to just be community so much that I had to stay in this box, this good girl box, because that wasn't my reality. So it's unfortunate, and which is why I left Coolie Girls and Coolie Nation
You outgrew
abruptly
it.
and left it
Yep.
where it was. Yeah, so it could keep its own legacy
Right.
apart from Miss Dank and who I knew, the direction I knew I wanted to go in as a writer and an artist.
And
So
So
I
let
know we're
me
limited. Go ahead, Teddy.
I just wanted to ask, now that you bring up the Coolie Girls again, I want to go back there and I want to show them a little bit of love. And can you tell us the members of the Coolie Girls and how you met each one of them? And how did y'all decide to do this thing called Coolie Nation?
well, the first Coolie Girl is my older sister. We're 2 years apart, same mom, same dad. Tracy, MC Cool, Coolie Girl number two. And even though she was older than me, she let me go ahead because I'm like that. I want to be number one. She was like, I'm not even finna fight with you about it. But I think it was just the fact that I know my sister, this is her thing, right? So Kiki ended up coming from California, moving to Texas, and we met her in junior high school. So she was like, will you be my best friend? You know, so we were already Coolie girls doing parties. I would draw flyers, and whoever would open up the door, homes were open to a party. You know, I would do stuff like that before the rapping even came into play. So when we met Kiki, that's when we really formed as Coolie Girls. And I like to tell the story of when we used to walk the hood, go down to the gazebos, and Bobby Green, he used to call us Cool Girls, but it sounded like Coolie. It's like he was saying it with a Jamaican accent or something. And so when me and my sister saw girls at school, you know, they had something on their bag, New Edition was out, so they had the Earth Angel shirts on. And, you know, we used to walk through the mall, you know, the gold mine and all that, you know, that was that type of thing. So me and my sister was like, we need to put us something on back of our shirt. So what we gonna call ourselves, you know? And that's was like, well, what about what old boy be saying? It sound like Coolie Girls. And that's why it's spelled so simple, because we just said cool and put a Y on it. You know, even though
Right.
people still spell it the way they want to spell it, you know, that's how we came about it. And then we brought in Rakisha as our first singer. She's not a rapper, she was a singer. And I met her in, I think we were like 8 years old at Sunshine Camp. And so we ended up in elementary school together and on through junior high here and there. So, and that's how we ended up. Hey, you sing, you want to sing? And we used to actually go out and do dance contests in elementary, get in
Oh,
talent
wow.
shows together. So
I know
we
that.
had been on stage before we were even Coolie Girls in elementary. So then Red was another one, Angela, over there behind my head to the left, out to the
Mhm.
far left next to me. We met her in junior high school, found out she had a little voice. For us, me and my sister, we always want to give people opportunity, you know, and it wasn't no fun if your friends can't have none. And I'm still like that today. If we doing something, I want to tell everybody. I want everybody to come. You know, if you want to come and be a part or whatever, the door is open. And so eventually, I think in high school is when Rakisha met Wana, which is to my far right.
Mhm.
Over, I don't know if y'all can see. She next
Yeah.
to Keisha with the black and white.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
She was like 15, I think, 14, 15 in 91. And so, yeah, she brought her over to one of our rehearsals and we auditioned her and I loved her soulful sound. And I thought she'd be a great addition. And yeah, then we use different dance crews as everybody else eventually did. And hip hop started integrating singers with rappers and dancers. And so when it became all that, and some of them became regulars in our performances, you know, we just expanded the brand and was like, why not be Coolie Nation so that everybody's included instead of, you know, I never like people to feel less than. It's all we
Uh-huh.
still the Coolie girls, but I want the other people who are a part of what we do to be recognized and feel like they, you know, are important as well. So that's how we got to be Coolie
I
Nation.
got a
And
one last
JPHD came up.
I got one last question for you before we wind this
Okay,
down.
sure.
I know you're working on a book. How soon is that coming?
Well, I went to launch the book last year.
Uh-huh.
And let me just sum it up this way. Because I know my testimony, my story, my journey is so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
It's so big. It's almost hard for me to tell. But I
Okay.
love to talk and I don't mind telling it.
Okay.
So I ran into another glitch in my
Okay.
system. So I pulled back. Several chapters were released as ebooks and they can be found on Amazon. But then I pulled back because if we're going to move forward, and that's not really my arena, publishing is not something I'm used to like I am the stage.
Uh-huh.
It's like we can't do me like that. We can't do my story like that. So we're going to have to pull back and
So
relaunch. And I'm praying 2024 is that year. So
okay, so
I
coming
never give
soon.
up.
Before we go,
Coming soon.
I need to know, how did you feel being inducted into the Austin Library for the Hip Hop 50th? We're solidified.
Hey, that's another one. That's another one. And to be there with you, Cass, Teddy showing up, just everybody just seeing people from back when who I knew deserved that honor, and even going forward, the other people that they'll honor. That was out of nowhere, and I'm so honored. I'm humble. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that people still remember us and want to acknowledge us in the work that we did in Austin and the community and surrounding areas, paving the way. Remember the same night that you guys, we were all on stage together, breaking ground on 6th Street. We were the first rap acts to perform on 6th Street. Yep. So when people go down there for South by Southwest and, you know, they performing and they getting it in right there on 6th Street, in my mind, I know we opened those doors. And, you know, it wasn't just me. I got to do it with all of my peers in the game at that time. So I'm overwhelmed with it, like, dang, and I live to see this. So I'm blessed for it. I'm like,
so how can somebody find you if they're looking for you? How can you be reached?
Okay, they can find me. I'm everywhere on all platforms, Miss Dank Music, MZDANKMUZIK. I've launched my podcast, so you can find me under Godmother University. That's like my personal page. But other than that, everywhere else, I'm Miss Dank Music or Godmother Entertainment. And if you want to send me an email, get in touch with me in the music side of things or any kind of way, just email me at godmotherentertainment1@gmail.com. And I got a website coming. So definitely tap in.
Well, I tell you,
we're running out of time.
We're gonna have to pay a couple of bills right quick. So we're gonna be right back. We're gonna be right back, and we're gonna spend this last couple of minutes finding out what Dank has going on right now. Because I know she's reaching out, touching a whole bunch of people. So give us a couple of minutes. We'll be right back, y'all.
Sitting on the track.
Right or wrong, kids going hungry ain't fun. She gon' shake a lot of ass and make a whole lot of money. I can't knock a mother's hustle chains and look down on the game. When life asks me what I do the same thing. Right or wrong, kids going hungry ain't fun. She gon' shake a lot of ass and make a whole lot of money. I can't knock a mother's hustle chains and look down on the game. When life asks me what I do the same damn thing. He grew up a baby's pup, your mama deep in the game. Sometimes I feel like I'm still having labor pains. I remember I didn't give a fuck. I heard my baby crying. All I know is I just can't give up. I gotta feed mine. Deep off in the streets, out in these gutters where the money is. Still ain't quite yet know my way, but I can let you be in that. Such a sexy lady, drove crazy on the track. Kept my promise to my baby that I'd always make it back. No, she's not afraid to die, cause why she's so afraid to live. And she's not afraid to cry, but crying is not gonna pay the bills. When your kids looking in an almost empty icebox, they gon' eat up, probably not if you don't use what you got. Feeling like there's nothing left, you gon' make it to the end. You gon' see it for yourself. God, he got a better plan. Just hold what you got, you gon' see some better days. If you faint not, even if we part ways. Right or wrong, kids going hungry ain't funny. She gon' shake a lot of ass and make a whole lot of money. I can't knock a mother's hustle chains and look down on the game. When I ask me what I do the same thing. Right or wrong, kids going hungry ain't funny. She gon' shake a lot of ass and make a whole lot of money. I can't knock a mother's hustle chains and look down on the game. When I ask me what I do the same thing. We really got this out the mud, nigga, what? We on this and that. I plead the blood, don't give up, this is just a test. Dre day, all day, right there in the field. Get on your knees and give a house like salute to the pimp. We got sexy and red gal and sunshine and Kiki. Hennessy and honey, Remy, Bruce, and Tennessee. We thinking bacon, but I can smell your fear. Our Father, come and get me, please don't leave me here. I don't care who wrote the Bible, I don't argue that part. Cause only he can turn a hoe into a woman of God. Before you come to the jungle, man, I think you should know. These is real cops and robbers, real pimps and hoes. Hold your tongue before you speak. Be strong and don't be weak. It's a doggy out world and everybody trying to eat. Took a while, but we finally made it. It's going
All right, y'all. We done made it back now. That was new music from Dank.
Right
Yeah,
around.
girl. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that right there.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Had me
hey.
bobbing.
Who you
Yeah.
got?
Let's go help somebody. Boy, now we get
Yeah,
into the
man. I mean,
side of things.
I didn't expect anything less. I didn't expect anything less than some fire coming from Miss Dank over in the coming going from ATX to Houston. It don't matter where you at, you still gonna bring that fire.
Without a
Man,
doubt.
look, y'all help me out these skills. Alston hometown was a training ground, you know? So,
Well, I feel real fortunate because, normally Kaz and myself, we either have a musical artist on here or we got a business owner on
Business.
here, and we kind of hit both spectrums. But today it's a rare thing because you got them both locked down. You doing your thing
everything.
on the mic and you doing your thing out there in the community. So kind of let the people know what you're doing right now, other than the music game. What else you got going on?
Okay. Well, again, I have Godmother Entertainment, which is artist development. But on the other side, I am a licensed professional real estate agent in the state of Texas. So,
Okay.
yeah, I'm really excited about that and everything that the real estate industry has to offer me. And for me to do that, of course, I had to put some different information up there. I had to get educated, and learn this thing. But it's always been an interest to me, maybe from traveling and seeing so much. I
Uh-huh.
just wanted to be a part, and then I can help my community even more than just showing up and passing out food or clothes. Not that that stuff is not significant, but this puts me on another level and gives me more leverage in just life, period, for
Right,
myself
right.
and my community. So yeah,
Man,
I
that
can
is
help.
that is that is that is awesome. So with that, with the real estate game, I mean, are you offering any kind of training or anything like that toward other professionals or people that's trying to be a professional in that realm?
Yeah, well, I definitely want to take the game to that level. So that's coming next. First,
Okay,
it's Huda Properties LLC.
okay.
People can look me up. We're launching the website. Shout out to Teddy. uh, but HudaPropertiesLLC.com. We'll be
Okay.
up and running within the next week or so, or even sooner. But I'm excited about that because, yes, going forward and expanding the brand, definitely learn what I learned so that I can share it with others. And I want to teach other people. In this industry, you find a lot of people, just as a whole, people are doing courses. Everybody got a course,
Right.
and they're not really giving you everything you need, in my opinion, because I've been
Uh-huh.
a student of it. So this gives me the opportunity to, you know what, I'm gonna make sure you get it, and I'm gonna make sure you get it at a fair price. I want to deal with people righteously, for all that God has brought me through, first giving all honor and
Uh-huh.
glory to you, Father. Thank you.
Yes,
On the
And we
ma'am.
way
have
up.
of my life, ministry is my soul. You know what I mean? I know why I'm here. I know why I've had the experience that I've had by the grace of God, and then just him just blessing me in that way. And I'm so appreciative. So on this platform, I want to use the God in me to bless others and teach them real estate and how they too can build wealth for their families and leave a legacy for real. Like not just what you did, but actually something tangible that your family can continue on and live off of, like land and finances and financial literacy, right? So all of that,
Man.
I'm really super excited for my kids to see me achieve what I'm achieving now. So it's just, man, it's
So you
amazing.
can
Because I didn't,
actually help people with buying properties. You can help people
yeah,
with
buying,
selling their property.
selling, even if they just want to be in an apartment, I can
Right.
locate an apartment for them and help them get in whatever fits, their needs for their family,
Criteria,
even if they're single, married, anything. Call me if they're in foreclosure, if it's probate. A lot of people speaking in foreclosure and tax liens and stuff like that, a lot of people are losing their homes right now. Ever since
Right.
COVID,
yeah. It's
it
crazy,
shook
yeah.
the world. Yeah. So with that being said, a lot of people uh not being knowledgeable, I'm gonna say, I don't want to say uneducated, but yeah, in our communities, a lot of people have been uneducated on the industry, and you don't have to lose your home. I don't care if you 2 weeks until the foreclosure date and you're up for auction. Reach out to Who the Properties LLC because we can help you. They're still don't give up till God say no. Don't give up until you've reached out to
There you
us
go.
what we
Absolutely.
can do for you because if there's enough, just to explain a little, if there's enough equity in the home, we can make them a cash offer, and as long as the title comes back free and clear in a reasonable amount of time, and of course you need at least 7 days, right? So
Yeah.
if that can happen and you're 2 weeks out from the auction date, then we can jump in there and we can buy that property. So we have buyers on deck all the time. And you just never know. Just don't give up until you exhaust our resources, especially if somebody has referred you to our company. So that's just where we at.
Definitely. You know what? So everybody that's listening to God do his work right now through
Yeah,
the mouthpiece
yeah,
of Miss Dank, or it's the real estate game. So we're gonna
to
say
God be
Miss
the glory
Erica
on all of
Sodi on the real estate side,
it.
but
Okay.
y'all hear the gospel coming out of mouth. So if y'all need help, if you
Yeah,
know anybody that needs help, especially because I'm partial to our older generation that just don't know,
right. Yeah,
and so many people want to take advantage of them. And I personally know it, so I'm gonna put my stamp of approval on Miss
yeah.
Erica.
Yeah.
Just reach out to her. And there was something I was reading on you, and the name of your real estate company is Huda Properties. Please tell people what Huda stands for, because I think that is a beautiful thing.
Oh,
Please, that's
yeah.
HUDA, y'all. Let her tell you what it stands for.
Here under divine assignment. That is the whole
Now come on now.
here
Now
under
come
divine
on.
assignment.
If that don't hit you
Uh-huh.
where it hurt, come
It's
on now.
self-explanatory. It
So
says
we
it's self-explanatory.
so we have a
Oh
Go
my
ahead.
God.
artist, a author, and a real estate agent.
Yeah,
And she
yeah.
got it
Jack of all
going on.
trades.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Full
I would say
spectrum.
jack of all trades and master to me, master of all. How they usually
Oh
say
Yes.
jack of
wow.
all trades, master of
Yeah.
none. You've mastered being an artist. So
and
Thank
and
I'm a
you.
master the I'm
Yeah,
into the business aspect, and I think you're doing wonderful things in our community, because I mean we need it. We need
yeah, we
people
do.
to help us through the trials and the tribulations that we're going through. And I know some of your stories, so I know you can help some people. I know you done been to where they been, so
Yeah.
I know you can help them out. You know what I'm
Today
saying? It was a
I'm just gonna
blessing.
let God use me. I'm just a vessel. He's graced me this far. Why not? I mean, long as I'm breathing, I feel like everybody should keep going. It's not over. It's always a new thing. You can always reinvent yourself. If this doesn't work, then try that, but don't stop trying. I'll get my rest when I die. That's
So
how
here's
I
a
look
question
at it.
for you.
You know?
So people that's trying to make money and say flip some properties, do you help
Okay.
with finding properties that's flippable, that's affordable for them to buy and purchase and flip?
Everything is flippable.
Well,
I'm
well,
I
we
connect with I
well we know
connect with,
that part.
yeah. Okay, so to ask me the question again, I'm sorry.
As far as homes that's not in the best of areas, homes that are
Okay.
dilapidated, homes
Hmm.
that people can buy for a lower price to be able to invest in and fix up and either keep it as income property or sell it, make a profit. There's a lot of companies that will buy bulk, I should say, and that the
Yeah,
regular person, like say Teddy, you, myself, might want to buy a property, but we keep getting outbidded by these larger investing groups. Can someone come to you
right.
and say,
Yeah,
"Hey, do you have a listings of some properties
absolutely.
that I might be able to jump on before these big investors jump into them?"
Absolutely. What you want is the off-market property or for sale
Exactly.
by owner, versus, the on market, which you find through HAR and stuff like that. So yeah. There are off-market properties out of here because a lot of people don't, some people don't want to deal with agents. Some people don't want to deal with that whole marketing thing. They just want to get it off. They just need
Okay.
money in their pocket for whatever reason. And yeah, it's the real estate game. So there are several niches in this industry. So everything is possible and every deal is negotiable. So
There you
never
go.
say never. Yeah,
I just
yeah.
wanted
I
people to
know what I'm talking
realize that.
about.
I just wanted people to realize that you're there and you know the game. So they
Yeah,
can contact you
absolutely.
for those kind of things also, not just for a brand new home or
Right.
you know what I mean? They can come in if they want to try and
Yeah, yeah,
invest
yeah.
and do something. So I just wanted that to go out there.
Absolutely.
I kind of knew the answer already, but I just wanted you to let them know that you know what you're talking
I
about.
said, and let me say they also can reach out by phone call. Call me at 281-407-7174.
Say it
So
again.
call
Say
me
it
at that
again.
number. It's 281-407-7174.
Say it one
Give
more
me a
time. One more time.
281-407-7174.
Hey, you know them commercials. You know how they be doing the commercials like that lady that they telling about the medical insurance and they
Yeah,
say it like 1,500 times in a 30-second span. Man, throw
yeah,
that number out there. And
yeah,
what's that
yeah.
what's that
Make sure
website
they get it.
again?
It is Huda Properties LLC, HUDA Properties IES LLC.com.
All
Well,
right.
y'all heard it from Miss Dank herself, Miss Erica Sodi. We appreciate y'all tuning in for this first show. It was amazing.
I
I mean, we got the
She will
guest on that we wanted to be
she
the
will be back
first.
for a part two. So she will be back for a
Oh
part
yeah,
two.
yeah. She got a lot to
gotta
talk
come back.
about. You know, we ain't even hit on what she's doing.
You
You
know,
know, I mean, oh my God, there's just
A
so
lot of
much
new
stuff
projects
this woman
coming,
is
whole bunch
doing.
of music
yeah.
coming. She
Oh
thought she was
yeah.
retired,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
she's not.
Right. I can't retire for nothing, right? As far as it's gonna be a part of me for life, right? Don't y'all feel the
That's it.
same as artists? You
Every
look,
time I
you
try to
can't
walk
say
away, they keep pulling me back. So if I get pulled
I
back,
know
you
it.
get pulled back.
Hey,
That's right.
Cass. Hey, did you peep out that she got some real estate behind her right now
I see, I
in
You
a
see
see,
my
backdrop?
background?
Did you peep that out?
I see.
You know, that's
Went
the
from
game,
coolie
but
girl to houses. See, from artist to saleswoman.
baby. Listen, I gotta say, thank y'all for having me. Like for you guys to reach out to me here, and it's y'all. Like we go way back. I
Family.
respect you as men, as artists, yes, as big brothers, as family. Like I feel safe with you. I know talking with you, it's a safe place for me. And I know that you support me. You always have. Y'all never switched up. And it's just an honor for me to be on your show. Like people don't think I get excited about stuff, but I absolutely do. And especially because I have a special place in my heart for you guys that'll always be there.
Yeah,
So
family,
thank you
baby.
so much.
Love you to
I
death.
love
I'm
you,
honored.
sis.
And on
God
that note,
bless you.
thank you for joining the CT podcast. We're going to take you out with a oldie but goodie, but not too old, but music from Miss Dank. Have a great day, you guys.
Oh,
See
oh,
y'all later.
call me.
Got you, baby.
Out.